One of those games where you can't take too many negatives out of it, can you really?
It's difficult, isn't it? It is. It's really difficult, and that was the message to the players afterwards. We've lost the game, but it doesn't feel like we've lost the game. I thought we were outstanding first half. I really did, and the performance levels were so good in that first 45 minutes, and even in the second half, I thought we were good. We just lacked that killer instinct, and we scored 6 goals in the previous round against Forest Green, and I don't think anyone would have been surprised or shocked or disappointed having watched the game if we scored another 6 today.
It just felt like the goalkeeper had a magnet on his hands, and the ball was the other half of the magnet, didn't it, at times?
It did. It was frustrating, really frustrating, but the players can be pleased with the way they went about the business. I made quite a few changes. Didn't think it disrupted the way we played, the way we went about our business. Like I say, the lads who come in, you wouldn't have thought that they'd not play for a while. Listen, if we can keep doing that and moving forward, and maybe get the first goal on Tuesday night and put a similar performance in, we won't be too far away.
No disrespect to the players who played up front today, but at times they were looking for the Tom Hopper style figure in the box to put the cross in. Is this where the Callum Mawson injury starts to hit? Because it would have been one of those games where you'd been able to swap, like for like.
Possibly, yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. I think obviously the likes of Scholes there, we have to find a different way of doing it. But he's more than capable of getting on stuff and being clever and getting in between players. Again, there was just too many times that the ball flashed across the 6-yard box, or like you say, it's gone straight at the goalkeeper, not made him work. Showed a lot of good habits. Every time the ball went into the goalkeeper, we were ready and pouncing for the tap in, and it just weren't quite there. So like I say, we're out of the cup, but long trip back to Lincoln, but we've got a massive game to look forward to on Tuesday.
You never want to lose any game as a manager, but out of the 3, is this the one you would have preferred if you were handed 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat?
Yeah, and that was again message to the players. Look, each one of them. I'd never say that before the game, but ultimately, if it was 3 points on the line here today, you'd probably see a lot more frustrated me now coming after the game. Well, a hell of a lot more frustrated me coming after the game. Probably a lot more angry, but I've got to put in perspective how the ways the players performed, and they played well and on a different day. I mean, I don't want to harp on it. I'm not really one for officials, but the officials set the tone in the first however many minutes when Theo Eden gets punished for making a tackle, which is a fantastic tackle, and we encourage players to be aggressive, be on the front foot, make tackles, and then they get an opportunity to put the ball in our box, and they set the tone from the first minute or so and end up killing us a little bit for us. So if there was any disappointment in the day, it'd be more with the officials rather than the players.
Another positive today, Joe Walsh getting back on the field. How did he manage the 60 minutes to no ill effects?
He had his flag out, didn't he? He's an absolute Rolls Royce, top player. Gives us obviously balance there as well. Obviously Lewis and Jacko have done well in the last couple of games against Accrington and Swindon. So obviously decisions to be made, which is good, which is what you want. But he doesn't seem to have any issues. Joey seemed to come through it okay. So hopefully that'll be the case over the next day or so.
No Liam Bridcut in the matchday squad. I know he was here though. Was that just about resting him with that return from injury?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was one of them where I had to leave one of them out, and I didn't really have any intentions of bringing him on if he was on the bench at any time. So just wanted to keep as many. All the fit players that we have available were here, so obviously Liam was the 19th man. It was just having him around the squad really, and just making sure we're being as positive as we possibly can.
Say a long trip back tonight, but overall, how do you sum up the week for yourself?
I think it's been a decent week. I do. Obviously, it would have been a great week to be in there for the 3rd round, but I think very, very quickly we'll put that behind us because we've got such an important game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I was going to say the games come now thick and fast, but to have a couple of league games against sides struggling after such a difficult run of league games and cup games as well, it must be nice to get back to having a couple of games where you feel like you've got a good chance of getting points.
Yeah, and we just got to recover right. We've mentioned it a couple of times, the journey. Make sure that the players obviously eat properly, drink properly on the way back. And then obviously tomorrow they've got to take responsibility and make sure they look after themselves. They're not going to come in tomorrow, they're going to have a day off. They deserve that after the week that we've had. But yeah, if they look after themselves properly, we'll get them in Monday. Make sure that we try and pick the right team for Tuesday, and obviously be ready to go at 7 o'clock on Tuesday.
And the fact that you've made a lot of changes today, you made a lot of changes on Tuesday night, is this going to be a continuing factor, do you think, over December?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the game and the personnel. Tuesday night was very much, obviously, because we were up against, and I thought it might work. Obviously, being a little bit more attack-minded in them full-back positions at times. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll have another proper look at Wigan. Got plenty of time to do it on the way home anyway. So we'll have a look at them and make sure that we try and pick the right options. And I don't want to keep making too many changes if we can help it. Yes, I'll try and freshen it up when I can, but I just won't do it for the sake of doing it.
Thanks for joining us.